Slurfnop. What? You didn't like it?
I didn't say anything.
Hi, Cosmic Angels. Welcome to the first episode of Cosmic Corners. Woo! I am here at BLERDCON, which is Black Nerd Con here in DC, and I'm gonna explore the con today and see how cosplay is an incredibly healing form of art. I have actually one of the coolest cosplayers on the planet in my energy today. That was so awkward. Do you want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hey, I am LJ Phoenix. I am Aaliyah's mom.
Yeah. And she is one of the most creative, amazing, coolest, awesomest people on the planet. And she is on and popping with my stepdad in the cosplay scene. And do you want to tell them what you guys did here a couple years ago at BLERDCON?
We met in 2019 here at the bar, and in 2021 we got married here during the cosplay contest.
What? Yeah, they are neck deep into the cosplay world. I'm not as tuned in to the world, so I'm gonna jump in and just catch a vibe today. Is there any particular reason why you got into cosplay? Like what was the first con that you ever went to?
It was we, actually.
Oh, was it MegaCon?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was our first con because I drug her with me.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were saying like I drugged her. Like dragged her.
That kind of started it, and then that started it. And then when we moved back to Virginia, I found this con in its first year, BLERDCON.
What year was that in their first year? Do you remember?
What, like 2017?
Oh, nice. Well, and what made you wanna keep going to cons and start to dive
it's actually
more
the
into
people. The people are really, really friendly. Most of the cons that we go to, everybody's super friendly, super celebratory. BLERDCON in particular, because it's for Black nerds, is not just super friendly and super positive, but it's also body positive. It's just a very good place to be, especially if you struggle with confidence. If you struggle with, it's just very accepting.
Would you say that it's helped you heal
mentally,
in any way, shape, or form?
Well, apparently it's like my therapy, especially when I sew, which is why I like to or need to more often. It's my vibe. It clears my head. It makes me think. It makes me happy. It's my serotonin.
That's awesome. And who you dressed up as today? Who's this?
I really need to figure out how to pronounce her name properly.
Okay.
I am Granny Psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Grandma from Dan.
We're just gonna stick with the grandma from Dan to Dan.
Yes.
I kind of have my hair. Can't even go. But yes.
Okay.
That's what. Oh, I forgot my cigarette.
Oh, okay. If you would. Oh. Oh, nice. I see. Notice how she immediately got into character. Like,
Hot grandma.
hot. Emphasis on the hot.
Hot grandma.
Yeah, you could really be like a hot version of anything here. You could be a hot SpongeBob. You could be a hot
Did
pickle.
see that.
What is on your agenda today as a cosplayer, as somebody who has panels? She has panels today, 2 panels today. So what's on your agenda today? What are you going to jump into?
So because we've been here for so many years, we've got a huge collection of friends and family that we like to support. I spend a lot of my time supporting my friends throughout their panels. So today is a lot of support panels. Showing up for BLERDCON if I can. Pole positivity and pole workshop. I'm just showing a lot of love today to people that I know if I can, because you do get lost and caught up at food trucks or gaming, and I still haven't even been to the vendors hall yet, actually. So just a lot of things that we shouldn't have probably been watching, and they shouldn't have animated for us.
I'm following your lead today, so I have my own very loose schedule, but yeah, I'm following your lead today. So let's dive into the cosmic corner of cosplay. Woo! And before I knew it, me and my mom were out and emerging from the room to go to our first BLERDCON workshop. The workshop that kicked us off today was a pole curious workshop, which included aerial skills and pole dancing, aerial hoop, and it was just a really body positive experience. It reminded me that there really are so many unique ways to stay fit and have so much fun while you're doing it, while embracing your body at the same time. It was really, really beautiful.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good. Oh my gosh, I love it. I've never tried that.
It was a really fresh and unique way to kick off the morning and give yourself all the energy that you needed to help withstand all of the commuting back and forth between hotels and workshops and panels.
Oh. Look at you. Wow.
So after releasing some endorphins with the Pole Curious workshop, me and my mom were once again out in the streets on our way to the first panel that she was hosting for the day.
Read the fine print about genies and jinns and be careful what you wish for.
You really do got to be so specific with what you want. For example, be careful wishing for $1 million because it could be all in euros. You want to be the world's best singer? Joke's on you. Nobody in the world can hear. I had some time after the panel, so I ended up chatting with a couple of folks that I thought had some amazing costumes and had the chance to explore the floor a little bit. Reed Shannon, the voice actor from the show Arcane, was there, and he was doing some signings and photos. And there were also so many different artists that were doing live painting. There were cosplayers doing photos. As much as I wanted to see what was going on, I needed to get a spot in line to go see Janelle Monáe in her panel, and I got so lucky. I got here and they just cut the line off to let people in. Thank God I got in line when I did, because I was able to get myself a chair for the panel. And oh my goodness, this was an incredible panel. Janelle Monáe announced her comic book. She talked about world building and Afrofuturism. She really emphasized the importance and value of having Black spaces and individuals that you can trust to help with the creative process.
And building concepts has always been something that I've been passionate about doing, and not just, on the music side of things, putting together a collection of songs. It's like, no, what is the world? What are they wearing? How are they talking? And I think I could not ask for a better, creative co-pilot other than Chuck Lightning, because that's when I was introduced to Metropolis through Chuck. And that changed my life. I was like, oh, I want to do this, but for us. And how do we take it to the next level?
And as someone who was trained in musical theater, she said the words that I always love to hear from a mainstream artist.
And I was coming from musical theater, singing everybody else's songs, telling everybody else's stories. It was tough to connect with, what does Janelle have to say, as an independent storyteller? What do I want to say? The canvas is big. You can paint. What do you want to paint?
Janelle and her team even brought the crown that she wore in the Arc Android album cover, and they decided to discuss a little bit of the details on their inspiration and how they decided to come up with such a gorgeous piece.
We were trying to figure out what we were going to do for the cover, and we knew that we were going to do something regal. I was in Germany. We were playing pool. We were all having a lot of fun. We were playing pool one night, and I looked over and there was a Vogue book there. And I started going through this Vogue book, and there was a picture in the Vogue book of an old gentleman with a big building on his head. And I saw the picture and I was like, this is the oddest fucking picture. But I took a picture of it and I sent it to Chad and I was like, now make this sick as fuck. And he did.
I did the first sketch while we were talking on the phone, and then sent that over. And actually, the first rendition of The Crown was more or less what ended up getting on the album. But we tried different things. I don't know if you remember, we tried a Nefertiti type crown that was flaring out.
And just when they were discussing that very crown, someone in the audience was cosplaying as Janelle Monáe on the Arc Android album cover, and it was absolutely astounding.
I'm so thankful for the way that you share your art with us. It has inspired us for years and years and years, and the joy you put in your music, it has taken me through so much, and I'm so thankful for you. Thank you so, so much. We all feel this way. Thank you so much.
I can't tell you the amount of conversations. We're independent, and when you do a distribution deal and all those things, when people don't get us, it takes real community to get us.
Woo!
So when people outside of our community don't get this, the ones that do get it and stick around, you're the reason why we keep going.
Yes.
Because we feel seen.
Yes.
We feel heard. We feel like we're not just speaking into a void, we're speaking to each other.
I think with the ArcAndroid, every time we start another really big project at Wonderland, I go back and I listen to it again, just to kind of reconnect. At the time we were working on it, we were just really fearless and we didn't care. We didn't know if we were making mistakes.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything, and we were just like, let's just have fun, and that spirit is still there. And so tapping into that, as an artist, all of you guys, that's the most important thing. It's just for you and for the people you love, and that's who it's for.
Janelle then officially announced the ArcAndroid graphic novel, which she pulled her little Oprah moment by telling us to look under our seats and find the first chapter of her graphic novel under our chairs.
Sorry.
So, seeing Janelle Monáe was an insane experience. She is so well-spoken, articulate, intentional with every single thing that she speaks on. And in her panel, she had under the seat, she pulled her little Oprah moment here. She surprised us with an autographed copy of the first chapter of her comic book. OMG, look at that gorgeous being. And she signed it. So, just insane. Janelle Monáe talked so much about art and multi-hyphenates and the way that art and community work cohesively to help our beings and our bodies, our mind, our spirit heal itself. And it was just so beautiful listening to the way that her mind works, and especially when it comes to the way that she chooses to work with specific individuals that share that vision, and they don't try to force anything to happen. It's just this cosmic understanding and cosmic understanding that there's a mission. And that mission is to create more platforms for people that look like us and come back home to ourselves within our art, allowing ourselves to just flourish and thrive in safe spaces. She emphasized the importance of community and the importance of sticking together, opening our personal homes, our personal spaces to help make sure that we look out for each other, especially in these unprecedented times. So I'm always feeling so at home in these spaces because it's a beautiful amalgamation of musical theater nerds, Black people, art, visual and performing arts, music, culture, and so much love at the root. After I had a little time to digest Janelle Monáe's panel, I ended up moseying my way off to the other hotel because one of my homegirls from a production of Hairspray that I did in New Hampshire is now a pop star, and she is on tour kicking things off with BLERDCON. So of course I had to pop on over and make sure to support her. All right, y'all. Listen. I know where I'm going and I know where I've been. Like, what do you
Sis, I am so unbelievably proud of your growth, of everything that you have become, everything that you were, because I don't know if you know, but I think you saved my life. Stop it. Oh, in the car? She knows. Listen, that car was spinning. We was trying to get to, what's her name? The nice old woman. We were trying to get to her house, but it was ice. Like ice. And our car said, yup. I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you. So thank you for just being amazing. And being
Are you still out there?
as best as I can.
Okay.
As best as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I knew it, I was meeting up with my mom for the last time for her very last panel of the day.
Skurd. Gotta pronounce it correctly.
Yeah, say it.
Skurd.
We have to do this.
Skurd or nah. Really, just about childhood trauma in movies.
This panel had an entirely different energy about it because it was in the evening and there were so many people that were still coming into the room as the panel was going on. It was so refreshing to see a room full of strangers collectively unpack images that we can universally agree were a little too intense for children's programming back in the day. Just give me a panel like this whenever I have to dive into shadow work and we will all be just fine. I just made it home from BLERDCON and I was doing a lot of reflecting on the drive home and just thinking about all of the refreshing images that I saw today. Seeing Black versions of the characters that I grew up knowing and loving, like Raven from Teen Titans, Coraline, Velma, Daphne, anybody from Scooby-Doo, hell, anybody from any old cartoon. It is so refreshing to see these characters that I love so deeply as melanated individuals, and sometimes there's one, sometimes there's many, and it is just the most beautiful surprise, and it lights up your entire day when you see one of your favorite characters that you weren't sure if other people really knew this character, and then you see somebody else who spent probably hours putting in details and final touches on their cosplay to showcase it. That is one of the most brilliant formats that I have ever seen to display Black excellence in one venue. And it healed my inner child. It helped me remember to smile and have fun and let loose and realize that it's okay and safe to come outside. Not everybody out here is out to get you, so live your life to the fullest. Live your life, find your tribe, find your family. That was so unbelievably healing to me. It was healing witnessing my mom, somebody that I grew up watching deal with what felt like at the time endless struggles and situations, and seeing her persevere and blossom into the brilliant cosplayer that she is today. The way that she was glowing in her panels was unbelievable. Not only that, the way that it healed me to see so many Black men express themselves unashamedly and show their art and share their interests with other people. These Black men that are just having the most amazing time with other people, giving each other permission to let loose, talk about your favorite things, the things that light you up inside, light up that little inner child inside. Oh my gosh. The way that these men support each other in these spaces, in these Black nerd spaces, was just so warm, and you can just tell that it's a safe space. I've never seen one event encompass so many groups of individuals that are typically marginalized in today's society. I saw LGBTQAI plus individuals. I saw children, Black women, Black men, everybody uplifting and supporting each other.
A lot of us are struggling.
to come to terms with what might have happened over the last couple of months. You might have heard about something that happened in November, changed a little bit of the climate of the world that we're in. More important now that we not only celebrate one another and not only celebrate Black spaces as safe spaces and support all of the things in the Black nerd community, the Black community, the LGBT community, you know, the disabled community, because everything's under threat. I think that we in this country sometimes forget how interconnected we are.
Seeing some of my favorite artists that I've seen on TV, like Janelle Monáe, and the way that she was discussing the necessities of these Black spaces. We need art for us, made by us.
When you think about totalitarian societies and you think about dictatorship, you think about dystopian worlds, and also others. What does it mean to be the other? And that was something that I wanted to early on highlight. You know, I wanted to parallel being an android to what does it mean to come from a working class parent? What does it mean to grow up poor? I grew up poor. And I grew up to working class parents who, my mom was a janitor, my grandmother served food in the county jail for 25 years. I watched them being treated unfairly. I've watched the LGBTQI plus community that I'm so proud to be a part of be trampled on, and this continues today. You know, I will stand with my trans siblings to the day that I die, and in the afterlife and afterward.
Overall, I give this Cosmic Corners a big ol' thumbs up. This experience is always one to remember, and I'm just so honored and grateful to have gotten to go. Cheers to BLERDCon 2025. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments below. Think about subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. I love you and stay cosmic. Bye.